Hello and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile here from Rickydees Productions. My name is Ricky, and today we're going to be deck profiling Chris Pennock's Salamangreat deck profile that he got first place at the Salt Lake Regional with. So let's take a look.
Hey, so Salamangreat's a really fun deck. You can do it like, it's like a combo-based deck and a control-based deck, so you can play a lot of hand traps and still combo off. That's kind of like the reason for playing it, and it's fire monsters. It's fire monsters. So we do hand traps first. 3 Ash Blossom. You can cycle this back with Sunlight Wolf. I did that, I want to say, like 4 times in the finals. This card's ridiculous with salads. Don't ever play anything less than 3. I think a lot of people are cutting this or moving it to the side. I like this card not because... I like this card when I don't activate it, right? I like saying I'm never going to die when I have this card in hand as like a safety measure. This card being in the list is scarier than the actual card itself, because you don't want people to build ultra combo and then you can't really stop them because all you really have to protect yourself are the Ash Blossoms. So that's the reason behind it here is 3 Phantasmes. Yeah, it's Salamangreats. You can activate Sunlight Wolf off of Summoning Phantasme, fixes your hands, fantastic card. Wouldn't play it in any other deck, but great in Salads. 2 DD Crow. This is kind of a meta call. Orcus were everywhere, and this hurts Orcus the most. I would play Ghost Spells for these instead. I'm playing the 1 Ghost Spell, but these aren't hard once per turn. This one is. So I kind of like, my theory is, this is what I want to see, but then it gets downgraded to a DD Crow when it becomes down once per turn. So it's essentially 3 Ghost Spells, but then it gets downgraded to a DD Crow. That's it. So 11 hand traps. You could up it. I wouldn't. I like 11. I think it's about right. 3 Spinny, 3 Foxy, 3 Buffalo. Everyone does that. 2 Jack Jaguar. This really sucks if it gets DD Crow'd. I also play, spoiler alert, I play the Desires, and it really sucks when you get Desired, so 2 is a little bit more protection. Also, this card's not even the worst thing to draw, because you can summon it with Will, you can, it's still a Salamangreat card. Yeah, I wouldn't play less than 2, even if I wasn't playing Desires. 1 Falco. I kind of want to bump this guy up to 2. This card's actually like probably my favorite Salamangreat card. It recycles your Gazelle, it recycles your traps. It's a card that people don't think of, but this is actually like how you get so much advantage off of the deck. Is just you go Gazelle, send Falco on their turn, Falco sets your back row, then next turn you Falco, bounce back the Gazelle. Just a ton of great plays you can do with this card. So yeah, I think I would probably bump that up to 2. 1 Foul. You can search off a Signet. Wouldn't play more than 1. 1 Gazelle. 1 Sea Archiver. This card can be kind of a brick, but it's really nice to search off of Signet Mining if you like kind of already have your Salamangreat plays in play. Also, this is another like you don't die, because you can summon it on your opponent's turn when they summon to a Link Arrow, and 2100 is kind of a bitch to get over. So sometimes like they'll especially the like worse Orcus players will overcommit and summon Dingirsu under Moral Sword, and you can just summon this and stay alive. So yeah. And you can summon it from your hand, so they don't even know that you have it. It's great. 3 Will. I think this is starting to become standard. Will's bonkers. This card does literally everything for the deck.
Soul Charge.
Yeah, it's Soul Charge or Monster Reborn or Double Summon. Why would you not play 3? 3 Signet Mining. 1 of the Field Spells. This card sucks. This card's awful. Kind of like the way you get better at this deck is you realize how bad this card is, and you just keep shuffling it back with Phantasme or discarding it for Foxy. Just like use it as like a dead card, because it essentially is a dead card. I love when people hit this with MST or like some back row hate, because this card does nothing for me. It's awful. Also, like if you want a face-up card to summon Foxy, you have Will, so you really don't need it. This card's awful. 1 Circle. 2 Desires. I think I'm going to cut this down to 1. There's too many times where I Desires only to draw into Desires, and then the banish is pretty rough. This card gets you advantage. It can fix some bricky hands, and there's really nothing that's super necessary in the deck. You can play around not having a Gazelle. You can play around not having your traps. So it's not the end of the world, even if you banish everything. But it kind of sucks if you banish everything and then you draw a Desire, so you really get nothing out of it. So I think I'm going to cut it to 1, but list had 2. This card I get a lot of crap for this, but this is hands down the best card in the deck. This card is bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. I'm playing this in every deck I play, in the main deck, 3 of. This card says, take your opponent's monster, and then 2 Salamangreat cards becomes game. Because you go update Jammer with your 2 Salamangreat cards, make the card, link away the card you mind controlled into transcode and attack them for game. That is insane. This card is ridiculous. I don't care if it's in the main and I'm going first. It's ridiculous. 2 rage, 1 roar. The reason I see a lot of people doing the other way around, where they're playing 2 roar, 1 rage. Their thought process being that you send rage off of Gazelle and you want to hard draw the roar. Spoiler alert, I'm playing Trap Trick, and I want to Trap Trick Rage a hell of a lot. You can't Trap Trick Roar, so I think that alone is more valuable than just hard drawing the Roar. Also, hard drawing the Rage and then setting Rage isn't even bad. Like, you can pop 4 cards if you can keep your Sunlight Wolf alive. That's ridiculous. I don't care if it takes another turn. So, that's the main. 42 cards in the main. For the side, you want to do extra or side?
You decide.
We'll do extra first. 3 Baylinks, 3 Sunlight Wolf, 2 Helio, only 1 Stalio. I think if you play the deck correctly, you don't need more than 1. It is kind of a resource management issue. If you do blow your resources, you can run out of your 1 Stalio, but I think if you play conservatively, you only need 1. Nightmare Phoenix, it's a fire monster. This card's ridiculous. This combo wins so many games, it's not even fair. This combo kind of lets you turn your brain off and makes it so you can just go, okay, how do I clear his board and then get this combo out and end the game. I know it's kind of a noob combo because it literally just cheeses them out per game. Also, Update Jammer's effect on field is really, really good. So I think even if I didn't play Transcode, I'd play Update Jammer. Also, Transcode generic, and we play Mind Control. So even if I didn't play Update Jammer, I'd play Transcode. So they're both great on their own, but then the combo makes it even better. So I love these cards. 1 Dweller, you have to play it. And then 1 Avermax. This is kind of a better Borreload. I think it gets over more, as well as it can be kind of like a plan B. So say they have 1,000 hand traps and just hand trap you 1,000 times. If you have Will and you use Will, summon your 2 Salamangreats, summon Hida under your Sunlight Wolf, add back your Gazelle, and then summon Avermax. A lot of decks honestly don't have an out to it, especially if they've used like 2 or 3 hand traps on you and they're just using limited resources. And even if they do out it, you can still get its effect. So I think this card is just like, it's another safety card. Kind of, okay, I don't die. I lost 1 round though. I got a little overzealous because I summoned him. So I was playing against Madolche, and they did 7,300 damage to me on my turn. I couldn't clear their board on my turn, so I just said, screw it, we're gonna go plan B, make Avermax. And then he made Cowboy and killed me. so it's not perfect, but I think it's a better Borreload in my opinion. It's kind of, if I were to cut this, I'd put in Borreload, and I think it does the same thing but a little bit better because it's a nice plan B. That's extra, 15 extra. On the side, 3 evenly. I changed this from Pasadena. I didn't play this at all in Pasadena. I think this is correct if you're playing in a bit of a smaller event. There's going to be a lot more Guru. There was like 3 Gurus in the top tables for a long time, so I'm glad I actually never resolved this card, but I'm glad it was there. If this is a YCS, I'd probably cut these again. 2 Sanctum, 1 Trap Trick. This is kind of your 3rd Sanctum, but it can also set Rage if you draw Sanctum as well. I actually did win a match that way. Game 2, he let me go first. I set Sanctum and Trap Trick. Trap Trick set Rage, and that's so impossible to play around. 1 Scythe and Sanctums. 3 Lancia, you have to. 1 Chaos Hunter. So I was kind of left with just 1 card, and I didn't really know what to put in. And I saw a lot of Orcus. It was kind of either I was going to put in this or maybe like 1 Twin Twister. And I thought if I get to top tables, I'm going to see more Orcus than back row hate. I already have the evenly, so I'm just going to throw this in. Never played it either. 3 Cyclone. This card's amazing. This card hits like literally every deck. It hits Orcus, it hits Sky Striker, it hits the Mirror a lot. This actually does wonders for the Mirror because usually they only set 1 card, or getting rid of their Will is sometimes enough to win the game. I see people maining it, which I think is a little bit too much because this deck already has some kind of consistency errors because you're playing 11 hand traps. So I don't want like another non-Salamangreat card in there. But I think inside, 3 inside is perfect. Wouldn't change it. And then this is an auto win against Sky Striker, so we play it. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite card in the deck?
Favorite card in the deck's got to be Falco. Falco's
Wow.
this card sets up everything. This card is so underrated. I want to play 2. Like this card says, reset your entire hand without Sunlight Wolf. If they negate your Sunlight Wolf and your plan B is Falco, like this card's bonkers.
Okay, we need that reprint in Super in the OTS.
I know, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Any shoutouts?
Shout out to Ben for letting me borrow his Sanctums for the tournament. Other than that, I think we're good.
Cool. Thanks for the profile.
Yeah, thanks.